to construct the game.
Coffee.
That's fine. I'm just gonna do a little recap. So, welcome everybody to Tuesday, Diaries of a Wimpy Graviturgist.
Wimpy Graviturgist.
Tonight will be chapter 29. I was good. I don't know how to do the Dragon Ball Z announcer voice. I gotta. I'll YouTube
Last time on Dragon Ball Z.
Down. Okay.
But previously, the Noctua followed a carriage through the city of Diastock to a graveyard where they watched a duo of interesting people just leave the carriage, talk to one of the guards, and walk through the graveyard into this mausoleum. Once they were in, the Noctua, I don't know how to say this politely other than just wipe the floor of some righteous brand soldiers.
Slaughtered.
And yeah.
I think I cooked the guy alive.
Bringing some of them back, you guys entered the mausoleum. You twisted down about 50 feet of this, like, it's like if you shove a cylinder into mud and you pull it out and then you just put stairs in it. That's what it's not really super formed, except the stairs are carved out. You went down and you ended up in this 10 by 15 room where you saw a chest, a bench, a barrel, and Tushar, you realized the dead body of Gavin Oakstar, one of the lords of Diastock, one of the nobles, and it kind of hit you at that point in time where you just saw Gavin Oakstar today. You hear a female voice through the crack of the door, just giggling and just overly happy. That's when Quinn and Connell entered the room and were immediately overcome by the charm of this creature, as in front of you was about a 5'8" purple fiendish creature. We'll say by this time you see her wings out, and this is in your studies a succubus of sorts, some kind of creature. And then on the opposite side, standing behind this circular altar with this like yellow glowing light out of it, you look over and you see this Mal, like big broad shoulders, ripped muscles, just like a small loincloth, and these huge red wings that are just like dominating. This guy would be way scarier if you saw him in the sun or somewhere where he could cast shade, but the light is in front of him. You had an inner battle, as the charm is strong with these guys. You duked it out just in about the time where the ritual was completed, and the top of one of the caskets right over here was blown off, and out of this came this evil chained being, almost zombie-esque. Few of you engaged. The duo took this time to run in out of sight, and with their powers, Marlowe barely just caught the faint laughing of that same female up the stairs. Several rounds went by with heavy strikes, just destroying the essence of this evil summoned being. As the sound of metal from his armor hits the stone, and this little bit of like black, I don't know, like a fog just lifts off of him, and you realize that he is no longer on this plane. You look around. What would you like to do?
Are they officially gone? Does this feel like we're safe, or
I'm not sure.
I don't know, out of initiative?
I want to run and check around the corner. Just to
Okay.
I'm
Same
not sure
last
what
time I saw
happened.
them.
What's going on?
Kind of make me
Where those? Good. Where did those two go?
They went up these stairs and out. They somehow must have teleported to the
What the
top
fuck
level.
are we doing here? I'm gonna run up this. I'm gonna run past and go up the stairs then.
It was a 25, Andy.
Let him
25.
go.
You
Let him
don't
go.
see him.
He needs to do this.
You don't see him. So Quinn just starts running up the stairs. All right. With your yes.
I would like to begin to look around.
Okay. For anything particular, or are you just scanning the room?
Well, I believe I have a sort of bird's eye view that I would be unaware of the things around the nook, so I suppose I would investigate the general area and
Okay.
expose the fog of war.
All right, gotcha.
Seeing Quinn take off, I'd follow.
Okay.
Good
so
luck.
You guys run up. Roll me an investigation check. Dorspira, Marlowe, Tushar. Are you doing anything in this instance?
Marlowe will be tending to the dead body and investigating Gavin Oakenstar for any loose items or things that can help us in our investigation.
So go ahead and roll me an investigation check. Dorspira, Tushar.
14 here.
Okay.
I'll follow Connell.
All right. So now Connell, Quinn, and Dorspira are they're running up the stairs. Tushar, what are you doing?
Gonna check out Gavin, the unfortunate fella, and then the pedestal that they were standing around, because I have a line of sight. I wanted to look at those two things.
So it's easy enough for you to like step in. Upon Marlowe and Tushar, upon your initial investigation, it looks like they were crushed, or it looks like Gavin was crushed. Like he has all of these like pierced points, and they're symmetrical, like it was some kind of chain that was wrapped around, and he was like crushed, like your used car that you take to the metal place to get flattened, but this was from some kind of chain. You see that, Tushar? How you're going towards the pedestal?
Yeah,
What's your movement?
a lot. 40.
Okay, so you can get in, see that, and you can make. How close do you want to get to this?
I just want to look at it. I mean, I don't want to like step on it, but
Okay, So roll me, like, as you get within 15 feet of it, roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Nice.
And roll me an investigation check.
Ooh, that's a 19 for the con.
Okay?
That's a 7 investigation.
Like, as you duck into the room and you look over at the body and you can just see that the marks immediately. You turn around and you start walking towards the altar, and all of a sudden this like luminescent, like this different shades of yellow and light greens just kind of catches you, and you step one step too close. You suffer 11 points of what is this? I have it written down. 11 points of necrotic damage,
Ooh.
and you are stunned for the next round. As you just you're kind of like overcome with this madness, and you're just kind of like frozen in place as these shadows start wrapping around and circling around, covering your eyes at one point. No one can see your face, but your eyes are completely black. Alton, with your investigation, a 14.
For what it's worth, I have a passive 21, but I realize that may not make a difference here.
10, 15, 20, 25. What's your movement? 30? Do you want to go into the room, or?
Yes, if I could, and enough to look around and get my bearings.
Okay, so as you are walking in, as this like essence is fading off of the creature that you guys slain, I am going to dump into handouts what you see like painted on his breastplate as you like step in through this like little bit of smoke, and with everybody's the general rush of the party splitting up, you notice, let's see here, you notice a stamp like this right on the center of his breastplate.
Do I recognize that?
Are you proficient in religion or history?
History, yes. Religion, no.
If you're proficient in history, you can roll with advantage.
With advantage, you say?
Yeah, that's the way I'm going to play it, I think, from now on.
A 24.
Okay. This is a symbol of Asmodeus. And here. Let me.
I don't suppose my history check would allow me to spell it.
Yeah, well, here.
I can throw it down for you.
Let me get to my deity.
Pretty sure it's ASMODEUS. I'm pretty sure.
ASMODEUS.
Yeah.
Like as soon as.
Thank you.
As soon as you see it, like a little bit of, I'd say, dread comes over you. This is the devil god of the hells. He's the master of tyranny and domination. His words are honed and not so much tricky, but when he says something, it's with a level of conviction. And just to see this symbol in this moment, I would imagine it's a bit intimidating and deep. Probably more than I can explain. So, other than that, the only thing with the 14, the only other thing that you notice is on the casket where the creature was summoned. There looks to be like a piece missing out of it, like a decoration piece, and it curls up at the ends and out, and then the center it goes to like this kind of fist, like knuckly on the top, like a smile, you know, like when you smile, but you just take the gap in between. Here, let me see if I can just show you a picture. Because
Does the missing piece seem like it was broken off or just worn away?
like that. Hold on. Let me
There you go. Yeah,
like that.
I got you.
Like the weird horn bat?
It's
thing?
really it's hard to determine.
Well, it's kind of
from
like
your
a.
distance.
Okay, yeah.
You know, you're still from this. You're 5, 10, 50. You're 25 feet away, and really the main light is coming from that altar. And also at that time, you like turn and you do see an opening to the left, and you see Tushar just locked in place. Marlo. You said your investigation was
A 7.
7. Um, it, you like scan him. You notice the wounds. It looks like he has been, pretty much everything that you'd hope to find on a body was gone.
Okay.
Connell, Dorspear, Quinn. You rush up the stairway, you know, go through the door, open the mausoleum gates, and in front of you you can see the inspector, you can see George, Thomas, and the rest of the guards that you put down, either like laying on the ground or up and doing things. It appears all of them have been healed to some point.
Mm-hmm.
And then
No sign of.
Make a perception check.
That was almost good.
I was gonna say, would this be with assisting because we're all there?
I mean, yeah. Or actually, how about all of you make a perception check?
That's a good idea. I got a 10.
A 10?
11.
11?
16.
A 16. Okay. You go up. You don't see any signs of them. Not noticeable. And the inspector is kneeling down over the one that he's like, come on, just wake up, and he's hitting him, and one of the other guards comes over and pours some like alcohol on his face, and he gives him one slap, and he starts spitting up. And the inspector looks right at all of you. He says, you have 30 seconds until reinforcements will be here. This is madness.
We wanted to kill
You
you.
didn't
we
put
already
us
would've.
down. I know, and I'm trying to give you a chance to go. Just say it. 30 seconds before the other guard get here. He's gonna pull out another, rip off like a piece of his shirt. You wrap it around like the arm wounds from one of Connell's slices, and just like try to slow the bleeding down. So we're gonna go and do another round. What do you guys do after hearing that?
There's nothing we could.
Pulling out my
Just
rapier.
No, whoa. There's nothing we can do to explain this. It doesn't make sense to us, Connell. I think we should take our 30 seconds and get the fuck out of here.
I'm telling
I
you.
mean, we're gonna look at them and tell them that two naked devils charmed us, and I kicked our spear's ass, and then now they're gone. After we attacked these guards.
You keep saying that, sir.
It's because it's true. But that's besides the point. I'm gonna head back down into the mausoleum.
Okay. So you
And I'm
run back
I'm
down.
gonna run down. We need to leave now.
It's like Marlo.
There's an unexplored region just around this corner, and Tushar is frozen in place.
You guys are kind of like shouting back down the stairwell, back and forth. We're gonna mark 1 on this.
I'm
All
waiting
right.
at the top with my rapier out.
Okay. They seem more defensive to you than offensive. I mean, what's your passive insight?
14.
14? He's appreciative that he's still alive. And this is maybe an attempt for him to make that up.
Alton,
He's trying to give you a go.
we can't explain what happened, and more guards are on the way.
We can certainly explain it, and also we have this armor here with the symbol of Asmodeus. I'm sure that could provide some cover. But in the meantime, there's
Of who?
here. Yeah, we'll get into it later. I need to conjure dancing lights, and I need to.
I'll follow Alton. I'll follow Alton.
All right. Is there anything else that, Tushar, at the end of this round, you will come out of your stun. You take like a couple steps back, and your back hits the wall, and you start to realize like this is just evil. It feels like you were sucked into one of the layers of the 9 hells, and you were on a boat that was being rowed down this river of oil, of poison. And you shake yourself through and you take a step back, and that puts you out of it just as Alton kind of maneuvers past you and looks in this room. Give me an investigation check, Alton. Marlo, what are you doing?
Marlo will close the eyes of Gavin Oakenstar, his dead body, and will close your eyes for a moment.
Alton, is that a way out?
No, it appears to be a dead end full of something.
Fuck.
And she will make her way up the stairs.
All right, so you start making your way up the stairs, joining Dorspira. You're staying up with Connell, right?
Oh yeah. My best friend over there has the sword out. I have a sword out. This is how this
Yep.
goes.
I would imagine you come up with your movement, and this turn I'll say you ascend the whole flight of stairs. The mausoleum door is open. You can see Connell and Dorspira just like side to side with their weapons out, and just being on alert. What'd you say, Owen? What was your investigation?
19, sir.
19. There is a bookshelf and a desk in here. A lot of the books on the bookshelf appear to be about, just from like the binder scan, Asmodeus. A lot of reference to the Nine Hells. You see one about the certain harvesting of brimstone. You know, like you're just scanning by. You're smart enough to understand what by these titles. You look over to the desk, and you see a note. And with the 19 from where you are, that's most of your movement. So like 5, 10, 15, 25, 30. You get like right in.
I'm hoping to follow right behind Alton at this point.
Okay. Cameron Holding. That's the one that sticks out to you because it's circled. There's several other names, but the way they're wrote, it's really hard to make out from this distance. But there's really nothing else of value or anything. That's just what you investigate with your keen eyes.
Alton had said Osmodeus. Do I recognize that name at all? I am proficient with religion. I don't know.
Yeah. Yes. So if you are, you would. Yeah. You know the major and minors, the major and lessers.
I kind of want to lean in close to Alton and be like, "Old man, what are we getting ourselves into?"
That's the end of round 2. There are 4 more rounds now before the guards show up. So, Connell, Dorspira, Marlowe, you all form outside. You see the investigator finish wrapping up a bandage and look at you. What are you waiting for? And he turns away. Tushar, Alton, and Quinn, what are you doing right now?
I also want to hide when I get a chance.
Okay.
If there's a place.
I would like to investigate the desk further if I could.
Oh,
Alright, so you're gonna move into the room.
Quick. I'll be very quick.
Okay.
I have other goals, and if we are arrested,
if we're arrested, no one will be in more trouble than me.
Tushar goes over
I really
to
doubt
Alton and describes to him what happened when he got too close. And that's about it.
Very well. We should certainly avoid that. And it sounds
Case
like
check, Alton.
Sorry, investigation.
Yeah.
19. 19, sir.
Okay. So as you run over to the desk, you focus in on that name.
I don't know what's going on up there.
The Cameron. And all right, we'll get to that in a second.
Yeah.
You start flipping through. Now that you're upon the desk, there's probably like a dozen papers, and you like lift it up, and that's when it stops. The Grayson. Fuck. Now I'm fucking drawing a blank. Caravan. And it gives a date, which was yesterday. to arrive to Diastar. And you flip through another page, and it's what languages do you speak?
Common, Draconic, Goblin, Marquesian, Zemnian, and comprehend language if I need to.
Okay. Well, investigating is your action. If you wanted to comprehend the languages, I guess you could do that next turn.
Next turn,
you,
of course.
yeah, you do see this very sharp, like jagged edged picture of a sigh. And you're flipping through, and this looks like it's a copy of traveling documents, you know, and you're really smart, right? So you start to like scan through this information. It appears that the Grayson caravan is transporting this weapon. Or, I mean, it doesn't have to be a weapon. It appears to be a weapon. Like Raphael's sigh, but like the colors, the shades in the picture are all done in like that heavy, thick charcoal, almost like lava rock.
If I could, and if it has to wait till next action, of course. I would like to gather up as much of that as I could and shove it in my bag, and and I would also like to grab the thickest book on Asmodeus that I see, especially if it's a generalist book, something with some detail like a graph.
So if it will help, Quinn will see him grabbing for his action and just start shoveling it all into his book to make him go faster.
Well, you used your action to cast Message to Connell.
I didn't. Oh, I was using the pen. I didn't think about that. Okay.
Oh, we'll say the pin's bonus action. It's not actually.
I was just role playing. I didn't think anything of it.
Yeah, no. I'm sorry to break that up.
Love you guys. Love you all of you.
Tushar, you see this too. Oh, and you grab all of those papers, shove them in the bag, and you dart right over the bookshelf, and you grab the thickest book and shove it in. Quinn, you go in and grab a couple books. Roll me a d6.
5.
5? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We'll talk about that
let's get the fuck
when
out
I have
of here.
Yeah. So that is the end. It is now round 3. I will give Connell a chance to answer Quinn before round
more
3.
time.
Don't do anything.
Do you need time?
We need to get the fuck out of here. And I'm just
We
like
can-
piling books and going.
We can provide time.
I'm on my way.
Oh, we can make time.
Let's just leave.
So-
Don't need to start anything.
Well, we won't start something.
We'll just
Tushar,
finish it.
with the
I don't
start
like
of
where this
round
is going. Quick, I'm sorry. Quinn, give me a boost.
The only thing I can do, you don't want me to do.
My hand.
So
I'll add guidance. I'll
Don't worry
guide.
about it. Don't worry about it. I'm
I'll
just
guide Alton.
are you guys the 3 downstairs? Are you hightailing it out?
I am.
Movement and action.
I'm dragging Alton along if I can.
Okay. What's your guys' movements?
30.
I just want to 30.
30
Okay.
all around. Wait, is Tushar up there?
Tushar's got 40.
Well, Tushar will probably beat us.
So you see, like, Tushar books out and immediately gains 10 steps, like keeping his back to the wall, away from that altar, and he turns around the right corner, ducks into the room, and he gets 15 feet up the steps as Quinn and Alton. With that action, you guys get to the base of the steps. Is there anything Connell, Thor Spirit, and Marlowe would like to do?
Can we see any troops coming in?
Or hear them or
Make
anything?
a perception check.
God. Perception, that's 17. 11 plus 6. Or excuse me, 11 plus 5 is 16.
16. All right.
Yeah.
Connell,
15.
Dorspira, are you listening?
Yeah, 14.
Okay. You guys hope that your party is coming up, and just that, when you exhale and there's that moment of silence, you can hear off in the distance, probably maybe 150, maybe 200 feet away, this sound of lots of metal on metal, like soldiers running towards a point, with a purpose. That's
We only hear that.
you only hear that. You don't see anything. As it's been another 30 minutes passed since you showed up and first engaged in this battle, and dusk was setting. So now it's starting to get dark, and really the only thing illuminating the streets are a few of the street lanterns that you see around. So it's hard to see as the pinks turns to purple, which is almost gray right now.
Can we see the way that the sound's coming from? Is there a clear line of sight down the road?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's coming from. There was a fork in front of the graveyard, and it's coming from the left-hand side, which would be from your point almost due north.
Can Marlo ready an action if she visibly sees something within 150 feet?
Okay.
She is going to cast Sleet Storm in the path of the caravan to block their view.
Okay.
And slow them down.
All right.
I'd like to hold silent image too, and if I see the same thing.
Okay. Dark anything for you?
No, everything I can do kills people, so I probably shouldn't.
Now we begin round 4. Tushar, it is easy enough for you to run up the stairs with the movement and get to the door of the mausoleum. You can see Marlo with a few components start to make circles and weave her hands, and you can see this frost almost emanating as she pulls from the water in the ground and just starts this pattern.
Could I use a key point to do Step of Wind to do dash to get all the way out in front of everyone?
So you run all the way out. You are in front of everyone. You can now start to hear the guards. Alton and Quinn, if you action and movement, it gets you up to the door with the rest of your party. Now all 5 of you, or all 6 of you.
If I use my action and movement?
And movement. Because it was a
can I get up with
50-foot
just my
stairway. Huh? Well, you were at the base of the stairs, so you get a little over halfway.
Quinn will just go up the stairs with his movement, not his action.
Okay.
And I want to see what Alton's going to do.
All right. Oh, and what are you doing?
I'll kind of let Alton go in front of me.
I will use my movement and action, everything possible to catch up with the remainder of the group up top.
Okay, so you meet up with Marlo Dorspira. You can see Tushar in front of you, and Connell, what was your stealth check as you duck and rolled behind one of the tombstones in the graveyard?
As I'm going,
okay.
As I'm going up the stairs, I'm about 20 feet away from the door.
You're 20 feet away from the top of the stairs, and then you got the short hallway. The mausoleum wasn't huge. It was more.
I'm going to take not like a whole second. I'm just going to take a second, breathe, see that I'm alone. I'm going to cast invisibility.
Okay. All right, so you are invisible. Anything that Connell, Marlowe, and Dorspira and Tushar you want to do as your action or movement, as you were all now, you see 5 of the members in range. They have exited the mausoleum. You know, like you know that there's a street that runs parallel to the street that runs in front of the graveyard, which goes to the far, it would be west and further south of the city.
I'm casting Expeditious Retreat on myself.
Okay.
I am gonna wait until everyone starts to get clear and then bring up the rear.
You can hear the guards, but they're still a bit off, and it is extremely hard to see as the sun is behind. You know, Diastock is on this raised, like almost like a plateau. So the trees on this plateau are taller than normal tree. You know, height-wise on the horizon. So the sun sets a little bit earlier. So it is very hard to see outside of 30 or 60 feet for you that have dark vision.
Could I roll a perception, and because I know that the area, see a way of exit, so to speak?
Yeah. Yes, for sure. I would say perception or survival. Your choice.
Okay. We'll to go with survival. That's a 22.
So, in your day, you've had to chase some bad guys through the seats of Diastock. And now that you're kind of in that situation, those instincts kick in. And you look back to your team and you point to the east, where you can see another spider web of streets that slowly start to spread out. This graveyard is almost in, like, it's like in the southwest corner, and you guys entered on the southeast corner of Diastock. So yeah, so like you're here, you entered here. Tushar, your instinct is to go away from the guards, and you think you have a path back to the brigade or wherever you might find some respite, you know, some quiet time.
Okay, we gotta go this way.
So you start heading that way, hop the fence.
I don't see any of this, correct?
No, you don't yet. Oh, you know what? No, because that's handcuffing you. You cast the visibility last turn. We can say you use your movement. It's Tushar's using his movement. So you see your party. You're outside now. All right. Okay. And what are you guys doing?
Do I see any guards? Yeah. Any new ones?
No new ones. I mean, if you want to use your action to perceive, but from like a quick glance, you see like the inspector looking at your group, like, what the fuck are you guys doing? Get out of here!
I'm gonna hold the back of the line and wait for all of them to get out.
Okay. You don't see Quinn.
I'm just grabbing Alton and going.
I'll walk by and slap
I'm coming.
Connell on the ass.
You don't see Connell.
Oh shit!
I guess I just keep following.
Marlowe, Alton, Dorspira, are you following Tushar?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm being trudged along by Dorspira.
I'll use my bonus action to actually, because it makes sense, because Connell was the person I was talking to last time. I'll message Connell and say I'm right behind you all.
Okay.
which I'm probably in front of you now, but
So you see everybody. You guys start to move through the graveyard. You get to the fence. Just hop over with a little bit of assistance. You start to hear the clattering of armor come from the left-hand side now, like heavier. It's getting more in your, like, you know how it's when a movie starts out with like 1 decibel, and then they slowly just spin that up where it kind of gets in your head. That's
the
all
Jurassic
you
Park
can
water
hear.
cup is vibrating harder and harder.
And Tushar ducks down this one alley. You guys following him after the graveyard? You're continuing down. I need a stealth roll from all of you guys.
Ooh, I don't have disadvantage because I'm invisible.
I was gonna say, if the sound gets loud enough, I wanted to cast silent image of one of those demons going across the street, like away from us.
18.
Everybody go ahead and roll with advantage. You were holding up the rear.
That's still regular for me because I have disadvantage, right? You can't have double advantage, so it's okay though. 18 for Quinn and his big clunky invisible armor.
16 for Marlo.
Okay.
15.
Okay.
27 for Connell.
Okay.
I chipped on a banana peel. It's 12.
Is it a natural 1?
No, it was just a 12.
Okay. Well, with the average, you guys, you dash over, you hop over the 5-foot like wrought iron fence that the graveyard was surrounded by, run up this one street, and then you take a left, and you, Tushar, like, you put your hand out, and it kind of like pushes you forward, and you have to grab yourself. You almost bite the mud as you try to stop the party. Wait 1 second, 2 seconds. You start to hear the guard continue south. You guys continue up this road. Where are you going? It appears that you have sneaked your way out of this encounter. There.
What the
What
fuck
are you?
was all that?
I hope you found something good
Perhaps
on
we
your
could regroup at the brigade before we worry about how things went sideways.
You guys want to regroup and get some food and figure out what we're going to do?
Yes, and I may have a bit of an explanation, at least for some of the most obvious points.
Let's get out of Dodge before anything else first, you guys.
Who's going to lead the next part of traversing this city and getting back to the brigade?
Mr. Monkey Man who knows the city.
If you don't mind, I kind of know it with like the back of my hand, you guys. So
Of course. Lead on, Tushar.
And I'll bring up the rear.
Okay.
Lizard.
I'm going to lean into Quinn and ask, how much do you suppose Tushar weighs?
Shut the fuck up, Alden.
I'm just saying he carries it well.
My helmet goes up.
Go ahead and roll me a d20, Tushar.
an 11.
11. Okay. Over the course of the next 60 minutes, you guys managed to weave through the alleys. There's several close calls where you see like a couple more righteous brand soldiers or city watch, just heading towards this incident. You pass a couple inns and taverns. You hear a fight, but you come upon the friendly gates of the Darrington Brigade. It is now completely dark. And you can see the moon, but like it's like a partly cloudy night, like where there's a couple instances where just this hazy kind of cloud blocks it. You make your way into the brigade and find your way to your room.
I take off all my armor.
Okay.
I'm going to start to pull some of the paperwork and books out of the
Yeah,
bag.
I'll start taking out some of the books that I grabbed as well.
I go downstairs
Okay.
and grab drinks for everyone.
Okay.
No one
I start trashing the room.
All right, so you guys you're just gonna look at the paperwork and the books.
What the hell was that?
While we're spreading this out, I'm going to restate the obvious that we assaulted the guard.
Yeah.
Clearly, after we said we would not.
Well, granted,
we said we weren't going to kill them, which we also did, but we never said we weren't going to assault them.
I will also state that we were defending our lives. I think this this land certainly supports a degree of stand your ground, and we were well within our rights. I feared for my life and those of my compatriots.
I mean, it wouldn't be a Noctua fight if, we didn't murder some person senselessly and then Quinn is fighting Dorspira.
Precisely.
That's
exactly what I'm saying. Now, we also...
That was definitely a first.
Now, look...
I mean, when all of these moments of you fighting us are kind of blending together, it's kind of becoming hard to differentiate the reasoning.
One other time that I... Wait.
How many times have you bit someone?
Wait.
I feel like,
how many times?
Let me check my books.
I did not fight you. I ran away. I threatened you. Did not fight you.
I still counted that. Here, look, it was just not 5 weeks ago. I wrote that down.
This is the first time I've ever fought one of you. I have threatened you many times.
Right,
there is a difference.
Fight too.
I'll make a note of it now. Quinn is clearly escalating in his aggressive behavior.
T-shirt, it's about this point where you kind of like think to yourself, I spent most of my life putting this kind of people away, and all of a sudden, am I part of it?
Yeah. Tushar actually gets up from wherever you guys are, and he says, he pounds the table, says, I gotta go clear my head. And he goes to the training room to punch the punching bag.
Wait, Tushar.
See, look, you upset the lizard.
You upset the gentle giant.
I didn't upset him.
Tushar, Quinn's face is also equally punchable.
Let's go back to the obvious here. So we attacked guards.
I could leave. I tried to leave if you don't remember that.
You know what? Stop it.
Like,
we
just,
don't
like,
want to
kick a chair.
chase everyone down. Everyone just come back. Take a deep breath. We need to decompress here. When we attack those guards, we can assume that either there were witnesses to this and they saw that we were threatened and therefore we were within our rights to murder them.
Yeah, they had weapons, so they were asking for it. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure that we made the first move, Alden.
Marlo rolls her.
I don't think we can explain that.
Can Marlo make an eye roll check, please?
Make a performance check.
If we did make the first move,
the 16, 16 for an eye roll.
Fucking eye roll, and all of you notice it.
Like Galton said, next time we make sure there's no witnesses.
I don't think that's what Alton's saying.
I mean, he's not.
So
it would be
you're not.
Well,
you're not wrong.
That's not what I'm saying, but
it's a good point.
It is a very good point.
But it's not the point. It's not the point.
That's not what I'm saying. That's not who the Noctua
of course.
are.
Clearly, that's not.
Very good point. Also, I would like to stress that my obvious use of Graviturgy will not be viewed kindly by any of the authorities. And
all of which who saw.
right, yes.
Right. So they don't even care that they were charmed because you used dope ass
yes,
Graviturgy, and they're like, "Oh fuck you all."
I mean, unfortunately, when all you
Well,
have
really,
is
everyone,
a
this is
webcam
Alton's
camera.
fault. This isn't even my fault.
Look, I wasn't saying it was your fault entirely this
I-
time.
you
It
know-
was.
I have things to do.
I'm too tired. I'm too tired for this shit.
All I'm saying is, when was the last time it was my fault, right? You know, it looks.
Yeah,
I'm
when
just
was it
saying-
the last? When was it the
Alton?
last time that Marlowe was murdering Bullywogs senselessly?
That's true, Marlo. It has been. It seems like it should be Marlo's turn next time for it to be her fault. But
I don't.
this one's on me.
I don't
Oops.
want it to be my turn. I just.
Connell
Well,
slips out of the room and goes downstairs.
I know this is a fluke, guys. I know. I understand and I get it, but this was a big fuck up and we need to learn something more than just, hey, maybe next time we don't leave any witnesses. You know? That can't be the lesson that we're taking from this, or else I have to walk away from this group because we are
Marlo,
morally.
You're right. You're absolutely right, and I don't mean to make light of it. It just would be a very simple fix. However, we are better than that. We are the Noctua. If
What the
there
fuck
is
does that
something to
even
be
mean?
learned from this, I'm afraid it means that I can no longer use the arcane arts while we're here.
By the way, everyone would see me leave. I rolled a natural one, so.
Oh, nice.
I think the last thing you would hear would be
Army
Marlowe's.
crawls out of the room, like, and we're all watching him.
And then he stubs his toe.
Yeah, no, like what happens is just as you're about to exit the door, you hear Marlo say that whole line about not murdering. Like the fact that the option that you guys came up with was just making sure there was no witnesses, and you turn your body and your shin hits the frame, and you just and you like walk through the door, and everybody sees Connell just kind of like hobble, like he has a peg leg for a second.
Okay, you've been talking about this plan, this whatever the fuck we're supposed to be doing that we're so early on. I mean, honestly, if you think about it, most of this is your fault. Actually, if you really think about it, all of this is your fault.
I just don't see excuse me, I don't see where the lane blame gets us and how that makes us better. We all fucked up to a degree, all right? So it's better that we just all admit it.
I want to know what our goals are. What's the point?
I mean, my goal right now is to stop murdering innocent people. That would be the first thing. So let's try that for a change. And then now that we have done that and we can't come back from it, we kind of got to figure out what's next. All right. And I don't think we're going to do it with this much conflict. We need to sleep on it.
Quinn, my whole goal is that we get to Zadash.
And then once we're there, what do we do? What are we doing? Why are we? What is this? What are we?
I need to meet with someone who knows more about my studies than I. Or perhaps no one knows more about it than I, and I need to relay this to them. Regardless, we have several weeks before I need to be there. We're so far ahead of schedule. And
because it's all about Alton's fucking schedule and Quinn's gonna leave.
No, you don't understand. We were supposed to go
south. Door fucking
once.
slam out.
3 of the members have now left the room. Dorspira,
I never should
Marlo.
have canceled those contracts. Tushar.
He's gone.
He's gone.
He's gone.
He's punching.
Alton's still Alton, it's Marlo. Like, come on.
Marlo,
Yes.
Marlo,
What?
how much do you weigh?
You don't ask a lady that.
I'm sorry.
Quinn goes back.
Also asking people that are not me about that is also kind of weird. All right, it's not a standard question. Alton, I'm sorry. I'm a little bit miffed. It just was not our day. All right, and I think we just all need to go to bed before I get even more upset.
I have
Of
something
course.
I want to do before
Of course,
bed.
absolutely.
Thank you.
I will leave the room as well. I will storm out.
This is your room.
It's my room now.
Dorspira.
I would like
It's
to
just-
try to get to the roof. Where is there a way to get to the roof of the building?
I would imagine after a little bit of a time, you could find your way to the roof of the building.
I will use levitate if I have to.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think you have to. I mean,
It
it's
doesn't
clearly
matter. I'm pouting.
okay. So you go to that third level that's in construction, and you realize that you took a wrong turn in this like bit of pouting, and you go to step off the building like you're gonna end your life, and you cast levitate because you really want to live, and you float up to the roof. I don't know. I'm blending Jeff and Elton right now, so
Drats.
Dark.
Dorspira and Marlo, you're just gonna head to bed.
I'm going to, before I go to bed, I'm going to go outside into a undisclosed area that I can be a little bit private. I'm going to sit down amongst the grass and the plants, and I'm going to kind of somehow, I think Druidcraft maybe, just like make a little rain cloud above my head and just like make it rain above myself and just use
Like
the
Grumpy
rain.
Bear now.
Use the rain coming down from whatever my personal cloud to meditate and use the drops hitting on my head to kind of clear my head and be at peace and not go to bed angry, and then I'll go to bed.
Okay. Dorspira.
I'm just gonna, enjoy this whole time. Not really enjoy. I'm just too awkward to like do anything else except sit there and just take it. So as soon as everyone's gone, I'm just gonna try and find my way to where Connell is. I'm assuming he's drinking, so it seems like a.
Yeah. I mean, after Elton storms out and then Marlo like just walks out and closes the door, there's like that minute where you're just sitting in the chair in the corner by yourself. Okay. All right. Yep. And you walk out, you go down to the kitchen, and if that's what you were doing, Connell?
No? I dipped and went to a super seedy bar.
Oh. Okay.
Damn,
Yeah,
I was
you
gonna
don't
go to
you
the
don't
seedy
find
bar.
him. You come across Quinn, and you can just hear the beating of punching bags from the training grounds outside.
Quinn is leaving the property as well,
Okay.
but he's not being sneaky about it.
I tell Quinn next time he tries, he's gonna die.
Whatever, Dorspira. And I just keep going.
Okay.
I looked super just like, just when you're just sick of everyone's shit, you're just drained. I'm just drained of all emotion.
You look like me. So, that's what Marlo. You can't create a storm cloud, but I would say there are some clouds. You can manipulate the environment in a way where it's meditative raindrops. You can find the pattern in them beating you and find your calm with that.
Okay.
With enough concentration. That's easy enough. Quinn, what would you like to do before you pass out for the night?
Quinn is going to. He's not wearing his armor.
Okay.
He's gonna pull his cloak, his black and red cloak around him, pull up the collar a little bit. I want to find a kind of a secluded place in the city, even if I have to go outside of the city.
Okay.
I don't know.
Roll me a perception check.
I will also change myself to look like a scruffy, long red-haired human. Very Caleb-esque. What was it? Perception?
Yeah.
19.
19. It only takes you a couple minutes to find like a little park, but at this time of night, no one appears to be around. You find a series of trees. It's quiet. It's about as secluded as you can get in the city.
Can I see the moon?
Yeah. I mean, there's still that little bit, every so often, there's that little light cloud that cuts in front of it where it's more like a glow and not as distinct, but it's there.
I'm gonna look up at the moon.
Okay.
I'll stare at it for a minute. I'm gonna pull out Ziggurat's blood rod.
Okay.
I'm gonna look down at it and just quietly say, "What do you want from me?"
Okay.
And I'm just gonna stare at it for a while under the moonlight. Kind of repeat that every once in a while.
Like hear anything, nothing's said back to you. If you're persistent enough, at like a certain point, maybe after like another hour and a half, the clouds break and like the moon just seems to glow more, like almost get bigger in your view,
I just shake my head. Now, I just want to ask one last question before I do anything before I head back.
It's now almost 1 o'clock in the morning.
There is one thing I want to do, Andy, too, but
Yep, I'll hit everybody that.
Sorry. I'm just taking a look. I'm gonna try to break it over my knee.
Okay. Roll me a strength check.
I just rolled a natural 20.
Yeah.
Plus -1, so 19.
Okay, make me a wisdom saving throw.
Ooh. Part of me kind of wishes that was bad, but 30-20.
Okay, so hold on.
and just like that, he's cured.
I don't think so. I have a feeling not.
What a twist!
So there's that like glass tube that was inside, right? And as you like slam it over your knee, you hit it just right where it starts to crack, and immediately you grab your head like a ringing. You suffer. You said dirty 20.
So, yeah, dirty 20.
36, 18, 17 points of necrotic damage. As
wait a minute.
Just growl.
Hold on a second. Let me just double check something. I gave that away, didn't I? I did. Okay.
And you hear, "You are not strong enough to break our bond. You made the choice." And then it feels like the morning after a really heavy drinking night all of a sudden. Cloudy, your head hurts, you're not wearing your armor,
What do you want from me?
We'll talk later.
I really want to do it again. I want to crack it over again.
Okay. Roll strength check.
Fuck this guy. That's a 9.
A 9. Okay. This time, oh boy.
Might have been a bad decision, boys.
15,
Just letting you know, this might have been a bad decision. You said it was a bad decision, guys.
24 points of necrotic damage. As like you slam it again, and even before it meets like where you're trying to break this, there is a boundary.
Oh,
that
I don't know who's keeping count, but I had 20 hit points.
Okay. You fall to the ground. Look up, and the moon. The clouds are gone. The moon is just glowing in front of you. As your eyes, your lids just can't control them anymore. And you turn to your right, and there's this shadow with this big sickle about 30 feet away from you. Turns its head towards you, almost like Frodo when he put the ring on. You're on the ethereal plane, and you see this Reaper concentrate on you. Roll me a d20.
14.
14? Goes to step. Gets pushed back a couple feet. Roll me another one. We're doing this.
I know we are. Fuck. That was a 3.
3. You see him like World War Z with the fast zombies. He quickly makes up to get the distance that you push back in another 10 feet. He is now standing like from your peripheral, like laying on the ground, this 15-foot shadow with this massive sickle, just shrugs his shoulders crookedly and turns his head looking at you. Go ahead, roll another one.
I was kidding, Andy. I didn't really want to die.
What was that?
I haven't rolled it yet.
All right, come
on. That's a 19.
It's 19. All right. Like the moon, the light, like warming up your skin. You find it in your subconscious just to hold on a little bit longer. Roll me another one. He does not move any closer.
8.
With that, confidently, methodically takes his steps up. He is now 10 feet from you. Looking up, it takes up most of your vision. You can barely see some of the moonlight shining down. You're at 2 and 2, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead.
I didn't mean for this to happen. I'm just putting that out into the world that this was not my purpose and I didn't expect it. Okay.
That last second, it's 3 heavy. Your body shakes. You know, you're totally unconscious. This is more of like a view from the outside in. And this creature looks over you, gets right in your face, and opens like an 18-inch jaw. And this yellow and black energy just starts spinning out of you as Quinn's legs, his torso, his arms, up to your shoulders, head hits the ground, turning to his side, lifeless. We're gonna go ahead and take our break right there.
Yeah, no, really?
Oh God!
God damn.
Let me get in here real quick.
I'm just gonna put this out there that role-playing choices affect the game, guys. When you make
wanted,
decisions.
you wanted this.
Most of us knew that already.
No, like
Not to that extent.
I did not.
And
I would just make.
we'll be
oh,
back in 10 minutes or so.
I'm around.
Oh man, this is wild. So, Connell,
Yeah.
how do you want to finish out your evening? Your night, I would say.
Basically, I want to leave where we are. I want to go to some dingy back alley bars, preferably ones that I would know through thieves' cant, stuff like that.
Okay.
Main goal is I just want to see if I can spot or find Corshot.
Okay. Roll me a perception check. You visit a couple bars. You don't see anything. You do find signs of like the etched in wood, like the way the myriad like kind of tags a place of gathering. But you don't find him. And like as you're leaving the third spot, you see Dorspira like walking down the street. Like, I thought we were drinking, you know. And
I'll grab him and we'll go to the high class one we went to. What's the one with the snake and
the snake and beetle?
Yeah, we'll go there.
Okay. You go there. At this point in night, it's more like a high-end strip club. There are dancers. There's no more. There's a series of like a group of bards playing, but it's not that jazzy kind of like ritzy club that it was when you were here yesterday. After midnight, it's a show, and it's a good show.
Is there
and you have to pay 5 silver to enter.
Okay. And is there anyone there that I recognize or anything like that?
With a quick scan, I mean, it's easy to peg fellow members for you, but you don't see anybody of importance or even anybody that you know. It's more of just like yeah, okay, I know. He's sporting the cloak under a cloak, and when he twists his arm, you can see the colors and understand that there's a group of guys there that are with the myriad.
All right, I want to. I'll go to the bathroom quick and jot a little note out and slip it to him.
Okay. Do you want to note? You want him to notice, or are you trying to do this?
Notice enough that he knows I put it there, but not enough to.
Okay, gotcha. What's the note say? Or you can message me if you want to do that.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. I will say with your background and your class and everything, it is easy enough for you to subtly drop a letter into his, like tuck it in his pouch or a coat like a pocket or something, with letting him know that you just budge. You like nudge him, and he's like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! What the fuck?" And you look at him and you kind of wink, and you like turn around and walk away, and he doesn't pursue or anything. He gets the point.
Yeah. I'll just go back and hang out with Dorchbira, and we'll head back. Unless he wants to do something.
Anything you want to do? No? Just drink? Okay. We got Marlo, we got Connell, Alton, and Tushar. Who wants to go first?
I'd like to go last if I could.
Okay, Tushar, is there anything you would like to do besides just beat the shit angrily out of
I would like there to be like heavy bags for punching heavy bags that are broken open, strewn apart, all over the yard. So in
Okay.
daytime, like it looks sand everywhere, torn bags, and then I go take a hot shower. Weird because cold. I take a hot shower. I get it. I pen a message to my partner in the field about what's going on, and I use Terry's carrier service or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, he's got to have
To
someone.
William?
No, to Irene.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yep. All right. And
And then I go to bed.
okay. And let me know. Shoot me a message with what you want that letter to say. All right. That brings us to Alton. What would you like to get accomplished before you find your rest?
I'm floating up to the rooftop, and to pout, of course, and hopefully I can find a suitable place to stand. Is it peaked too high for me?
No, actually, there is a flat part with a railing around the center of, and you see like a door, that would have been.
How accommodating. I will float up there and I'll pull out my astrolabe and
Okay.
make a few calculations,
Mhm.
set it to today, and adjust to the current constellation that I think based around the latitude that we're at. I know
Okay.
we're close to Zadash, and I'll hold up and make some readings, and then I'll adjust a few more of the constellations and hold it up again and just try to guesstimate how many more weeks I might have until they align. And then you don't need to answer. And then I'll just sort of sit solemnly before I head into bed.
Okay. Roll me.
We can take this off screen, but yes, I'll roll.
Roll me an intelligence.
That's a dirty 20.
Okay. So, you're talking until what point? Like the meeting in Zadash?
Yes, but more about a cosmic event that I believe
Oh.
I want to make sure I report in Zadash before it happens.
Okay. It's been a few days. And there is a shift in the main constellation, which I think here we got the months. What month was it?
Oh Christ, I fucking forgot.
Hold on.
I could look it up, but I haven't actually written it down in like 3 sessions.
Right.
We're still in the same month because we were early in it.
Let's see here. So you notice that you're still in the same month. The protector, the constellation. I'll give you a name after the session for the constellation that started shifting towards the moon when you saw it last.
Thesserun?
Yeah.
Fesserun was the month.
Okay. Yeah, it's getting close to winter. That's right.
At session 22, it was the 14th of Thesserun, which I don't know.
Well, let's see here. I'm not gonna waste. Here it is. Okay. It is called the Eastern Minor. That's the name you know it by. And as you like calculate and figure out the time that you have left, it seems to it appears to be shifting faster. That's the thing that you pull from your calculations. Maybe not necessarily the time, but like when you finish all of the calculations and try to pinpoint everything,
It appears to be accelerating.
it seems urgent. There's like a sense of like everything about this calculation is it needs to be brought, you know, like it's up, it's sped up. Is there anything else? I would imagine this will bring you very late, you know, like
Yes, much later than I would usually, much beyond my normal 7:30.
oh yeah, you're past midnight now. But you make your way to your room. Marlo, you hear the door open and close, and then 5 minutes later, you hear the door open and close, and Alton's snoring. By this time, Tushar just enters and takes up his space of, you know, sleeping. Another 15-20 minutes go by. Door opens. You can hear Connell and Dorspira, you know, like hand over shoulder each, you know, just kind of like brush the door jamb, you know, stop and look at each other and, you know, make their way to their beds and close the door.
Marlowe sighs a small sigh of relief after meditating and hearing Connell and Dorspira coming home drunk. She's got some sense of return to normalcy.
You guys all get your long rest. Because of the late night and the clouds rolled in just as you were going to bed, blocking out the sun, it is mid-morning by the time that you wake up, rub your eyes. Connell and Dorspira, Constitution saving throw, please. Let's see if you are hungover. This is my favorite mechanic.
You get a +3 because you're near me.
Okay, it's a con save, you said, right?
Yep.
That's 11. Oh, no, 14.
That is a 22.
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll the
Connell-
recharges on my staff of healing.
Okay. Connell
1d6.
is a little bit more like you're a little bit more cloudy. You're not necessarily like hungover. You don't have any exhaustion or anything, but it's gonna take a good breakfast, you know, and maybe some beverages to straighten your mindset.
The morning beer.
But
I want
Yeah.
to point out that
Well,
my
I mean, it
armor
doesn't-
should still be in that room.
yeah, I was getting there. As all of you rise from your beds, prepare yourselves for the day. Olin's looking at his book. Connell's rubbing his eyes. Dorspira's, you know, just flexing, and you ready yourself. You see Quinn's armor, like just placed neatly where he took it off, but you don't see Quinn.
Andy, would I notice that the enchant on my gloves is different at all?
It would be gone.
Yeah.
I think that was the only one that you guys had that was...
The bag of holding?
No, I
Or
think the
did-
bag of
no,
holding
you
was
got a
just
bag of
the not
holding.
one.
Yep.
I'm just gonna
Yeah.
double check that, but yeah, no, it was just.
And actually, that
gloves.
fits in with the story. It'll take you a little bit to recognize it, as you are still a little cloudy. Like just that fog that you have after, a night of drinking. But just before you guys prepare to have a conversation or leave the room, and you notice this, you look down and you can feel a difference.
The runes would be gone.
Oh. Looks like you needed that enchant for something else.
Well, once Gwyn gets down here, we can make plans and decide our next steps.
I don't know about you, but I could use a good breakfast and some beverages.
I couldn't agree more.
Guys can go down to the kitchen, have a breakfast.
Yes,
I mean,
let's talk and eat.
I mean, it's hearty, it's filling. I mean, it's not. Excuse me. Mr. Darrington provides a good breakfast, but he would not go over the top. He would try to save every penny. So,
Is it just chicken?
yeah, it's
No.
there's scrambled eggs. It's Canadian bacon and not actual bacon. Stuff like that. Just little things. Every time you go to get a juice, like whether it be grape juice or apple juice, orange juice is really hard to find in the Empire due to the nature, the geography. But it's all a little watered down, like a little too diluted. But you find yourself a good breakfast, a good table, and enough space where you feel like you can talk freely.
So yesterday sucked, but
Hard.
is Tushar with us?
Do you follow him down to breakfast, Tushar?
I was questioning that because I wasn't bunking with them, right? I still had my own room, right?
Yeah, that's right. You do have a room. So
I was already in the mess hall when they got there. So just say that.
all right.
Keeping plate.
They kind of flock to you. You are a monk, and you wake up early and are punctual.
Tushar, I want to apologize. My group, sometimes we are a little haste in our decision making and don't make the best decisions. I do vouch for these people because while they may not make the right decisions in a snap under pressure, they are kind-hearted and they mean right. Yesterday was a fluke where we did not do so well, and I want to apologize wholeheartedly and on the behalf of all the members of my party who may be here or not at this point in time.
Well, little one, I definitely appreciate that. No, it was definitely hard, but I all those guards were charmed, so to speak. I mean, I'm not a magic person, but at least there was that. But we didn't kill all of them. But I mean,
we burnt them up pretty good. Regardless, you want to wish for death after that.
I mean, I don't, but I got things to do. But I mean, I appreciate the apology. We can make amends later on. But we definitely have more things to do from here for sure.
Yeah, I was just hoping you wouldn't be scared away. And again, I sincerely apologize if I got short.
Scared. Let's pat her on the back and maybe knock her forward by accident.
As some
I don't
food,
get
some
scared.
food comes out of her mouth accidentally.
At this point, Tushar, Connell, Marlowe, I think you guys are the higher perception, passive perception guys. You hear a couple of like the people that you see like take their plates up and put them in the tray to be washed and throw away their food. Step outside the door towards the training yard, and you, oh man, not again. And there's like seems to be just like a general confusion coming from outside from several of the members of the brigade. One of them being Chip. And he walks back in, he says, "Oh, all right. Who busted all the bags out in the training guards? Huh? Who?"
Speaking of which one of you has seen Quinn this morning?
I didn't hear him brooding last night, so I don't know. He must have gotten in after I had fallen asleep.
He certainly wasn't there when we got back.
Last I saw him, he was slinking away in his Quinn fashion.
Did our little birdie get the wings this time?
I mean, he's always been a bit of a flight risk.
I can't argue that.
Well,
but why would he leave his armor? Unless, of course, he provided a lot of money and learned new skills when we weren't paying attention.
Does your guy usually stay out all night and come back in the morning? Or I don't know him, so...
I mean, he's kind of a wild card, so...
honestly, it's not very out of character.
Yeah.
I think at that when you say that, you see all 4 of the members of the group that are at the table just kind of start shaking their head and shrugging their shoulders in unison to you, like.
Is
we could look and see if he left a note, but even that would be the most out of character thing I could imagine.
I mean, if you can't
is
hurt around his stuff.
Is the commotion loud enough where like it can't be ignored at this point?
Between you guys?
No, like the stuff outside. Yeah.
Chip comes in with his good old southern drawl and
this guy
does like his whole. You are all gonna tell me who busted all of our bags outside, or we're gonna have a problem, man.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, then I have to worry about. And honestly, no offense, I don't know if you could break those bags, little girl, but that's okay.
I will show you how to break bags if you want me to. But this clearly wasn't us, and I'm going to need you to stop rudely interrupting our breakfast.
So, and he like looks around, and like everybody else in this room, and there's probably a half dozen people sitting at the picnic tables that are spread out through this mess hall, kind of like shut up when Chip talks, and they start shaking their head. And he puts his head down and he turns around and he starts giving orders to the people that he was going to train for the day to get some new burlap and fill the sandbags back up. If you hear him frustrated, frustratedly is, I think, just the general pissed offness from his voice.
You should look pretty good, Marlo.
I just don't understand where that guy gets the nerve saying I can't break bags. I could break bags. I could break his face. He's stupid.
Just for the sheer surprise, he wouldn't know what hit him.
His stupid, swarthy thrall.
We need fan art of Marlo like getting on the bench, like standing up and putting her dukes up and
Put your dukes up. I fucking got no dukes.
All right, I'm sorry. So the commotion is gone.
Connell, I believe you were saying something.
Well, might as well rifle through his stuff. Maybe he left a note or.
Sure, it's worth a look, and if we have his stuff, he's more likely to come back and try to find it.
I just had an idea. It probably could have been Quinn that broke those bags. I probably shouldn't have told off that man, but he deserved it.
It was Quinn the whole time.
What are the chances he actually dresses himself, though? They'll never know.
Hey, Tushar, can you make me a deception check?
Oh, dude, I'm on that.
You see, like, Tushar over there, like...
I actually get advantage, apparently.
Like, extra advantage.
I just imagine he's eating his
21.
dinner or his breakfast.
What do you say?
It's a 21.
21? Oh, yeah. Yeah. You're just, like, looking at the rest of the group as they say this with concern. You know? Who did that?
Tushar, you're awfully quiet. Did you happen to see Quinn destroy those bags?
No, I mean I was out in the yard, but no, I didn't see him at all actually.
I believe him.
Well, he can't get too far. I have the means by which to locate him. So if he doesn't come back soon, we can find him.
Oh, time to pilfer his shit.
I'm gonna leave that to you. I don't want to deal with his annoying ass when he gets back here.
Can you help me get his armor into the bag? It's trying to fold the boots into the chest area or whatever.
I will be of no help here, Alton.
I'll help you.
Thank you. We'll just kind of roll the armor pieces into the bag.
You know, like, you know when you're shoveling something real heavy and you're trying to lift it up to, like, a high point? As you guys make your way back to the room and Marlo starts, like, folding the boots and listening to Alton's suggestions, she goes to pick it up and she can't get it off the ground, and Alton goes to pick it up. You guys all see this. And then Alton just, like, puts the bag of holding, like, light bulb goes off, puts the bag of holding on the ground, and just kind of, like, wraps over the armor and slides it under, like they tug it in, and it's gone.
I love the thought of this here at Tushar.
What?
Just standing there watching.
He's got other things on his mind.
Yep. As far as what is left in that room, Tim, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
You want to tell them what they find?
Yeah. Oh, sure. Quinn really left with nothing but his pistol and his cloak and his rod. So, I have to get back into his character sheet. I was
Phrasing.
possibly making a new character.
You didn't delete the sheet already.
I mean, the sheet. No, he just says dead. You would find a wand of fear with 7 charges on it. Potion of greater healing. An amethyst. A blanket, some clothes, a dagger, hammer, an herbalism kit, flask of oil. You already got my plate armor, and my shield would be right there too. You might notice that it's not enchanted anymore either. Short sword, 5 rations, 50 feet of rope, thieves' tools. Although I think Connell already had those, maybe.
Yeah, I
No,
think
weren't
you
made
gave
them.
him. Yeah, but he gave you a set too because you broke 2 sets in a row.
No, mine
Right?
was from what's his name? The tattoo guy. I bought him from
Oh,
him.
okay. Okay, good. Yeah. Well, all right. Thieves' tools, tinderbox, torch, and a water skin.
So you find all that stuff. No letter.
Dibs on the flask of oil.
Looting my shit.
Yeah, I'm definitely taking these, and I'll just grab the thieves' tools.
So you guys gather that. What would you like to do?
He'll
So,
be back.
I
Always comes back for his shit.
well, we have a unique opportunity here where we can speak freely and come up with a plan that is meaningful and that doesn't involve murder.
Defaults instead leave no witnesses.
Okay. Again, I feel like before we continue, and again, I am sorry, Tushar, that I have to say this. That is not what we learned yesterday. To cover our tracks, the goal is to be smarter, to be kinder. We're here to do a service. That's how we are going to get paid. We can't go around murdering people.
If you remember
Well,
correctly,
I
I
mean-
did help the investigator up.
Normally, our modus operandi is that we enter a new location and we rout out the source of evil, and then the township praises us and gives us a new title, and we move on,
Well-
continuing to help every place we touch. And I've no doubt that we're doing the same here, regardless of how muddy the path might be.
Alton, what did you learn from? And did you get anything from that mausoleum that could be of use to our investigation? Because it is clear that the lady must have had Gavin Oakenstar under her spell, and then until he was of no use to them, she had murdered him with some strangulation chains.
We can certainly suspect as much, and I have a variety of paperwork that Quinn helped me acquire, and luckily he emptied out onto our bed before he ran off.
Yeah,
naked
he
with
left his gear
pistol.
here, so there's 5 books too. All right. So you want me to be frank about what you find? Is that easier?
I want
Okay.
you to be.
Yeah.
I want you to be George about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
sometimes be someone else too.
so as you guys like as Alton like fans out the papers in your room on the floor. Everybody's starting to connect some dots. Alton, you tell the group what you found out before. Connell, you know a couple of the like back door or like back alley terms that are used in this and correct them along the way. Dorspira, with your connection to the Moonweaver, you immediately sense the evil part of this. It's like every page that you scan through trying to assist, you see that symbol stamped at a different corner, and it like angers, like boils your blood, like high blood pressure. You now have high blood pressure, like a short tempered, just being around this and seeing a plan laid out that is evil, chaotic, like chaotic evil, and not just to make someone laugh or love or live, like, the housewives palette sign that everybody gives. um, like you assist in directing, slowing down the group as they flip through the pages, pointing to a semblance of an actual like bad evil guy. Marlo, you pick up on little diagrams throughout every page. Is almost like a company that writes writes a route in MapQuest. You know, like you turn left here and you turn right here, and there's written directions and everything on several, like the backside of every page, and you flip it all over and you put it together, and it's a fucking huge map that goes all the way from Comorta through Diastock, stretches far east is Zadash, and it cuts through to the middle of the Sirius Mountains, where Tushar and Alton, Vol and Tim, Volentin, is just a, I want to say like village or settlement or something of importance that you've seen in your research. You being a local to the area, Tushar, you know, you've heard it in passing. Yes, Connell?
Is that the same map I saw in the basement of the house, the murder house?
Oh,
Because I remember that had stuff to like Zadash and through the Sirius Mountains.
yes.
Okay.
As Marlo, like, as she flips over all these pages and she's just like, her eyes are almost closed, and this is just like a puzzle that she is feeling. She manipulates it, and that's when you say, "Up there, stop." That's it. And you see this map, and there are 6 avenues. 4 of them cross what you guys know or would communicate as a major tradeway, you know, a major roadway. And then there are 2 that go from a northwest to a southeast diagonal. And the way they're drawn, it's deeper. Like, it gives you the sense that this is not something above ground. And you guys would link that to Pride's Call and the Hearethus Mines. That's where the line kind of intersects at the diagonal. From the front sides of the pages, you gather that this is information on the Grayson Carriages, which is an organization that is hired to transport very high value items to auction houses or other nobles, or even like the city guard or whatever, you know. They take something from point A to point B, provide protection and all of that.
Fantasy Brinks.
You gather that I said it was the Cameron Holdings was to be the destination of said artifact during its travel. And it came from the, where is it? It came from Thrax in Ice Haven. Right. Thrax.
And do we know where it was heading? I'm sorry.
When you piece the puzzle together, it appears that this Thrax guy acquired this and has sent this from the north down into Diastock. The dates that you find on it, it was supposed to be delivered yesterday, and it was to be delivered to Gavin Oakenstar.
And we've met him, right? Or am I mistaken?
Oh, he is the dead.
Dead
He
guy?
is the dead person that we had just discovered in that mausoleum.
Aha. So we do know him.
Yeah,
You have seen him.
he is somebody that we used to know. Not really, but
You have seen him in the streets. You saw him in a carriage just before you entered the mausoleum.
I feel like we can put the dots together that the fiends are.
yeah.
Gavin.
Yeah. Guys, I would have to assume that whoever we're dealing with has some version of this map and is targeting high value items and artifacts and hijacking them, as was clear with the plans that I uncovered earlier for the carriage jacking that is coming soon.
Are we assuming Truscan's daughter is dead as well?
If she's not a part of this,
Is she the succubus that we saw? Was that? I don't quite.
I would imagine
understand
that.
how this all works.
I mean, you guys aren't stupid, so you would, after all of this information, you would understand that it appears that the two fiends that you met in that base, that crypt, could have been portraying as a Tuscan daughter and a Gavin Oakstar.
yeah.
They've
Maybe.
slipped through your grasp like 3 times. You have come across them in the 3 days that you have been here.
It would make sense if we deduce that at least the female was portraying herself as the Truscan's daughter, because we were seeing in the streets the other day, if you remember, that she was reaching out and charming the guards as they were moving or changing shifts. And so if she can do that, maybe that's really what they're doing.
We're all last seen with her.
At this point in time, Connell, or actually all of my 12 and above passive perception guys, here out in the street as the mid-morning is approaching noon and a town crier comes running by. Crin rogues, attack Diastock! The king has announced open enlistment, higher wages, and then you hear the running the same sound that you heard the night before as the guards were approaching, like that clinking of armor of like a platoon of guards running up the street, and you guys run to your second story window. You know, look out, and you can see 18 guards running from the south now towards the north. I want everybody to make me a perception check.
Oh God.
Andy, I missed it. What did you say? Attack the city? Did you say rogues?
I said Kryn rogues attack the
Kryn.
city.
Kryn.
Gotcha.
Kryn.
Rogues. Okay.
I thought you said
As
10
in-
rogues.
Kryn rogues as in dynasty, the dynasty.
Perception check, you said, right?
I got a
Yep.
17.
17. Okay.
17 for Marlo.
Okay.
22.
Okay.
I got
Nice.
a 5 with
All right.
advantage.
Yep.
Who
I would
tries with
imagine.
dirty 20.
Okay, I would imagine at the hearing the Kryn rogues attack, Alton kind of would just naturally lock up for a second, knowing what that means. The other four of you, as you run towards the double windows that you open up and look down, you see these. You make out through a series of conversations as this platoon, as these soldiers are talking amongst themselves, that Cameron Holdings has been hit. And with that being said, I think that is a perfect spot for us to leave off tonight.
Cliffhanger!
Oh.
When I'm gonna miss you. You were very fun for me as a DM to run. Down to your last moment, it was exciting. So I hate it. However,
Cheers to
I'm not
Quinn.
yeah,
Pouring out.
I got vodka in this. So, with that being said, I think this weekend's chaos, right?
Yeah, I got a wedding this weekend.
Yep. So we're running the Chaos Chronicles, which is good. This is going to be a fun episode because they have a whole bunch of downtime. So please tune in at 9 p.m. ish Eastern Standard Time, and let's see what direction the nobodies go, because there's some fun there. And then next Tuesday we have our new campaign set in the Faerun, Descent of Shadows. Tune in for that. These guys just broke out of a basement, went home, regrouped, and straight up attacked the guys that were capturing them. So we are now on the city streets of Daggerford, and it's going to be very interesting, I think. With that being said, be safe, wear masks. Still, it's a pain in the ass, but it's not about you, it's about everybody else. And
Don't forcibly try to break pacts with undead creatures.
But more importantly, don't forget to like and subscribe.
There we go. Thank you, Michael. And we love you, and we'll see you Saturday.
Bye, Quinn.
Here's where we play the bagpipes out.
Yeah, dude.